Yo, what is going on, my little tadpoles? You got Hiker Toad here. Shoutouts to Jake for that intro, it's absolutely fire. Probably won't ever use it again, but... So I'm bringing you guys my week 1 Hive match versus Artemis and the Amazonian Exeggutors or something like that. It'll be in the title, so you'll already know, but... So I'm gonna be doing a little team builder at the beginning, but I'll try and put an annotation to skip it or whatever, because I know that not everyone really cares enough, but so let me show the matchups here, as we have our, this is not professional. If you expect professionalism, then you're at the wrong place, but he has the Thunderous Eye Z move, Volcanion Z, Mega Altaria, Donphan, Ferrothorn, Ditto, Blissey, Frostlass, Toxicroak, Sigalip, and the God Malamar. So he has, and then our team's on the right. I did a video on it, and you can just see it right there, so I'm not gonna read that out. But so Thunderous is very threatening. Has the power to hit a lot with the Z moves and all that. It outspeeds everything that isn't Scolipede and Aerodactyl, which is very annoying. If it has like Z Focus Blast or like HP Ice, then it can hit my ground types, maybe like that, plus T-Bolt is definitely a bit threatening, and I really don't have much counterplay to it, so I have to try and play around it as best as I can. Volcanion, I don't really have much for Volcanion bar like Rotom and Ardino, but Ardino is actually 2-hit KO'd by Specs, which is like crazy. Ardino's bad, but it's definitely a scary threat, especially since it gets the Balloon Doom for Rotom, or even like Z Focus Blast if he wants to go that route, could be good. Mega Altaria, if I let that set up, then like, it's just such a huge threat, because I don't have much that switch into the combination of Hyper Voice plus Flamethrower or Fire Blast. Like, Doublade can somewhat deal with the physical set, but not really the special set. So if I give that thing 3 turns, then it'll just like destroy me, like easily. Like Roost, Agility, then those 2 attacks is really threatening, so I'm worried about that. Donphan and Ferrothorn is just a combination, like a pair that's just really annoying to face, and I really just can't prevent. I don't have a Mon that can lead versus both of them and prevent hazards, which is really just annoying, as Donphan beats things that Ferrothorn doesn't beat, like Infernape, and Ferrothorn beats like stuff like Rotom, and Serena beats Donphan, loses to Ferrothorn, or at least it can somewhat beat Ferrothorn with high jump kick, but a lot of my defensive mons this match are just overwhelmed by him, and he just has like a lot of threats. Like, they're just like Mega Altaria, Volcanion, Thundereye just all destroy my defensive mons, which is absolutely terrible. So I'm thinking about taking a more offensive approach this match, which is definitely hard because he does have the Ditto right there, which just really makes setup potentially just worse, because it can just come back and like sweep you back. Blissey is potentially an issue depending on what the set he brings, because if he brings like in a mock someone brought Choppleberry with Psychic and that destroyed me, and I got like destroyed that match. But yeah, Blissey can definitely be a big threat if like I make it so my mons are just like, well, if I give 3 switch-ins, I don't know, it's just a bad piece of shit. Frostlass is also really annoying because it can like spin block my Serena and then like get up spikes, and like spikes are not fun because that just makes more damage and all that. Toxicroak, its dual typing is like looks like kind of threatening with like Ice Punch, but it's still like, I don't know, I think he has bigger threats, but I still think it's definitely a viable bring. Malamar got destroyed by a mock. Also, it was like Scarf Malamar, and like it just body bagged me, so that was not fun. So it definitely just has the potential to do really well, since like Psychic Dark is just really good all around. And then Sigilyph, I don't know what a Sigilyph is. I don't know what a Sigilyph does. I know it like does cosmic power, psycho shift aids, but that's all I know about it. So I'm really hoping that doesn't come. But like I said, my defensive mons don't really match up the best this week, and so I kind of wanted to go with a more bulky offense approach. And so I can just put the pressure, because I have mons that can easily just put a lot of pressure on him. And so if I can give them those moments, then that's just really good. So I'll go over Lando first, but I have the Lando T, Earthquake, Stone Edge, Sword Stance, and Hidden Power Ice, which is pretty kind of standard, but HP Ice is for the Ditto, because I think when Ditto transforms itself, it gets Hidden Power normal, so unless he makes it Ice himself, then it'll still be normal, which would be God Prep, but it's not something that I'm exactly expecting, so hopefully that works out. But the speed is for Modest Volcanion, I think, because I don't think he really has a reason to run Timid. Like, maybe he'll run like a bunch to like try and speed creep Rotom, but he doesn't even be like close to Timid for that, I think. So Yolando is definitely very threatening, especially with an SD. His ground resist is Thunderous, and I think that's it. Yeah, it's Thunderous and Sigilyph, and so everything that isn't Thunderous and Sigilyph gets destroyed by Earthquake. And so if the Ditto is gone, then I can set up the SD, but otherwise, like if I set up an SD, then +2 Stone Edge does a lot to Lando. And I kind of just lose them on because my Stone Edge resist doesn't exist. But I can revenge him with +1 because, yeah, my Vice Sharp, but every +1 does, so. Well, pretty much. But, so, in conjunction with this, I really like Scolipede. Sorry it does that, but I don't know any other way to do it besides like switching tabs or whatever, but this is my win con. This is my cleaner, Jitterbug. I don't know why, but it's just like a meme in the Hive. But enough speed just to outspeed Thunder, since that thing's a really big threat, and I don't want to worry about getting a speed boost first. So with the Baton Pass rules, Sword Stance plus Baton Passing isn't allowed, but you can just Baton Pass speed by itself, which is very good with the Lando, and so I can pass Lando the speed, and then outspeed everything, which just makes it even more of a threat, especially since it just has really good bulk. So, and then like dual stab Scolipede with this move just obliterates him. Like his two answers to it are Dawnfan and then Ferrothorn, or is like two switch-ins, like because Ditto can't switch in because then I outspeed it after the next turn because I get a speed boost. Maybe he gets a speed boost as well, actually. I don't know, but he doesn't, like his bug resist is just non-existent. Like maybe like Fizz Def Volcanion could check it, but like with the rocks, it just gets worn down very easily. And so I expect this thing to be able to clean the game, or it also has the ability like to just put in a lot of holes on his team, like early game. Like I get up in SD as he tries to get up a hazard and just get a lot of damage off on some things, and then like bring it in later to clean. Like this thing's just very good. And so to complement my sweeper, I have the Breaker, Jacko, Kapow, Infernape. I love Infernape's just so good. It's very good Breaker this match. He has absolutely no switch into, which is Overheat, Close Combat, Gunk Shot, Overheat and Close Combat into Overheat, Close Combat, or Overheat, Close Combat, Overheat, Close Combat. Sigilyph can like kind of wall, but I'm not really expecting Sigilyph, so I'm not exactly prepping too heavily for that, which I guess could bite me if he actually does bring it. And like Skate, I don't know how to feel about that one. It's just there, but I have enough speed for. The speed tiers are kind of weird because I think it drops from like Thundy to like Mega Altaria. No, it drops from Thundy to Toxicroak. I don't know. Yeah, so I sped grab Toxicroak max speed and just put the rest into attack. Made it so that's 299 because if it ends with 9, you take less from Life Orb, I think. And then I just put the rest in special attack, so Overheat hits it really hard. And I have Sub just because if like I send this in on the Ferrothorn and he wants to like try and pivot around it, like I go for sub as he tries to go into like Frost Blast on a close combat. I can just sub up, and then like I just get a free kill from that point. So this just hits everything. It hits his team really hard, and like it just an all-around solid breaker, being able to outspeed everything that isn't the Eye. And so Volcanion is a pretty big threat. So I'm bringing like my best kind of answer to it. Rotom Wash isn't exactly the best mall in this matchup. It's pretty bad if I'll be honest, just because it doesn't really deal with Dundee too well because it takes a lot, but it kind of checks it. It deals with Volcanion really well, obviously. Mega Hotaria, it's fodder for that. It deals with Donphan, but it gives hazards to Ferrothorn. Ditto is like, let me talk about Ditto for a second. Like, in case you haven't noticed, like, my Scolipede check for Ditto is Lando, and my Lando check is pretty much just Piloswine and maybe Rotom, depending on what it locks itself into. So I need to like try and check my offensive threats with other things, which is definitely annoying. Like, I don't really have a good switch into Rotom or Mesprit, so it's just annoying in general. And we back. I don't know how pausing works, but I got interrupted, so I'm hoping it doesn't require any editing, because you all know I'm not trying to do that. But I don't know where I left off, so Rotom. Yeah, Rotom doesn't really have an overall good matchup against him. Like, it's decent in some aspects, and the screens are actually really nice. Yeah, the screens are really nice for like setting up with Scolipede and then, or like just passing Lando and making that easier. I'm the Rindo Berry just because of Z Solar Beam, and I think that would like Oko. I don't know, it probably does a lot, but so I'm just. Oh yeah, I didn't run any speedy views on this. I probably should have ran a bit just to like try and speed creep the Volcanion, whatever it is, but that was like a mistake on my part. I should have tried to speed creep it at least a little bit. But with Rotom done, we have ABP, Mesprit. Mesprit's really nice. Like, this is a really cool set this match. Psyshock, Grass Knot, and Hidden Power Fire. It is pretty much all of his team that isn't Malamar and Sigilyph, which I really didn't prep for Sigilyph. Like, I don't know, but it's like it sets up on a lot of things, and like at the beginning stages of its boosting, it can still beat Ditto. Like, it's only like +1. Ditto does like 10% or like, excuse me, something like that. And Grass Knot hits Donphan very hard. Like, if he brings the Donphan plus Ferrothorn, this is most likely my lead to get damage off on the Donphan or like set up on the Ferrothorn, because it's very good at that. The defense. I think the defense is for is to take Donphan's knockoffs better, and then the Spadef is just because like his team is like mostly just special attackers, like special. Well, I think special is better this matchup. Special, special, physical, special. I don't know if Sigilyph knows what an offensive move is. Actually, no, it has decent coverage, I think. But yeah, this just really goes in versus him, like, and it's like one thing that's really cool about Mesprit is just it has some good bulk. So like it can pretty much take any like non-super effective hit, like at least decently well. Like maybe I'll take like half, but like it still takes it like decently. And so with that, I have my Piloswine, just a basic wrong thing. Just a basic 252, 248 spread. Well, yeah. So Ice Shard is for like, he has a lot of stuff that's weak to Ice Shard, like Thundurus, Altaria, Donphan. Like a lot of the important stuff, like important offensive threats, like I can just like get some chip off or like pick them off if they've gotten chip, which is really nice. Max attack, just like this thing hits his team really hard. He doesn't. This can't switch in. This can't switch in. This can't. This can't. This like kind of can, I guess, but like Ditto gives you a free switch into Rotom. I think Ditto might be able to wall. I think Ditto, we'll see, might be able to wall me just because of how fat it is. But this can't switch in. This can't switch in. This can't. Might be able to. and then Sigilyph can't switch in, so he really like has only like a few switch-ins to it. And like I just get up rocks, and rocks are really important. Like these first three just take a like Altaria takes 25 upon before Mega Evolving. Thunderous Incarnate takes 25. And, like I really need chip on that, so Scolipede can revenge easier. And then Volcanion, I need to wear that down because it's just like it has good, like it takes hits from these guys, and I don't like that. Notable mons I didn't really bring, but just Mega Gardevoir. I don't have any switch-ins for Mega Gardevoir, and so if he brings Scarf Ditto, he kind of just clicks Hyper Voice 6 times, or he clicks Hyper Voice 5 times and gets like a kill or 2 and like a lot of damage on my team. So I really don't want to have to deal with that. Like I know like this takes like 60 and everything else is gonna get blown back. And since it's Scarfed, it's outspeeding everything on my team, so that's just like really bad. And he has a good checks too anyways, like Blissey can check it, if it's not like Taunt, Psyshock, or Calm Mind. This checks it, somewhat checks it if rocks aren't up and I have Psyshock. Ferrothorn doesn't really take that much if it's like, doesn't really take that much in general, and you can run like Aga, because like Pin Power Fighter is just more reliable than Focus Blast against it. And then I think that, yeah, those three are the main things that can really check it. A lot of my opponents this season actually have good checks to it, which is pretty annoying, but excuse me, like, yeah, I didn't really want to bring that. I'm not bringing any removal, if you've noticed, just because, like, I don't think I'll be able to, just, like, his removers just, his setters pressure me too much. Like, I can't keep away rocks, or, like, I can't prevent both Donphan and Ferrothorn from moving hazards. I also can't prevent Frostlass from getting up hazards. Like, no matter what, hazards are gonna get up, and like it can be really hard to get him away. And I'm not bringing Defog Arrow because I think that these 6 are better, have a better matchup, and I'm not doing that just for hazards. So I'll end up just dealing with them. So into the match, he decides to bring the Frostlass, Ferrothorn, Donphan, Ditto, Thunderous Incarnate, and Volcanion. He decides not to bring the Mega Altaria, which I was a bit surprised at, but like I'm definitely like pretty happy about that, as it definitely did put a bit of pressure on my team. So a little bit of that pressure is now away, but like in return, now he has like, I didn't really prep for a lead Frostlass. So now I kind of like don't even know really what, like, because he can just get a guaranteed 2-layer of spikes up if he leads with it, and with no removal that can be very bad, as Scolipede, Nape, and Piloswine will take a lot of chip from it, which is definitely annoying if I want, especially if I want Scolipede to sweep late game, especially since I think the Donphan will have like Ice Shard potentially because of the Lando. So starting off, I'm thinking about leading. So starting off, I'm going to just lead with my Piloswine because I expect him to lead with the Frostlass, and like I really don't have any, like I was kind of like, I wasn't really sure what to do because I didn't really have anything for it. But if he leads with Frostlass, then I can just go for an Earthquake, get a lot of damage off on it, and he might potentially take a turn to taunt me. And he might take a turn to potentially taunt me. And if he does that, then he gets 1 less hazard, because rocks are just really good against him, as you see, like they do a lot to those two. So definitely taunting me could be a play, although I could bring Oblivious. Could have brought Oblivious this matchup, which prevents that, because like I probably should have brought that just because like I really didn't need it for much. But he's going to lead with the Thunderous Eye. I'm going to lead with the Piloswine. I don't expect him to stay in right here because I can threaten him with a lot of damage with the Ice Shard. I could be like Spadef and like potentially tank see Focus Blast maybe. And so I'm just gonna go for my rocks as he does switch out and go hard into his Ferrothorn. Well, it actually is pretty slow, but he goes hard out into his Ferrothorn as I get up my rocks. So now expecting to just get up his own rocks to chip down my team. Fire meme, by the way. Yeah, he's just gonna get up his own rocks, and I'm just gonna go hard into Infernape because that means I get a kill. He doesn't have something like everything on his team is just 2 KO'd by this. Besides, like, the only thing he could do, like, go hard Thunderous, maybe, on, like, a close combat. But he's going to switch out, and I am going to reveal the tech substitute here. So now, I thought that he might go into Donphan right here, but substitute was, like, all around my best. I think it was all around my best play at this point, as I didn't really need too much, as health wasn't really an issue on Nape at this point. And like, if you wanted to be like cheeky and go into something like Canyon or like Overheat, then like that could just be terrible. And so what I do now with the sub is he has the option of either spinning away the rocks or letting me get 2 kills, because I can close combat here and then on the following turn kill him with Overheat, and if he spins then he loses rocks, but well, I lose my rocks on his side. But then I can potentially get a lot of chips or another kill after this. And the Ditto can't revenge me because I'll be behind a sub, because Ishard doesn't revenge at -1. So I'm just going to go for the close combat here. Doesn't really do much, revealing that he's physically defensive. So he's not like max attack adamant or anything. So here I'm just going to just go play it safe, I get a kill, and just fire off an Overheat, and that just does so much. As now, to revenge me, he's going to go out into the Thunderous Eye. Now, I'm just going to go out into my Piloswine, because my Piloswine is my dedicated check to this. At this point, I'm not going to risk my Lando, because I still need Lando to potentially check a Scolipede, a Ditto that is transformed into a Scolipede, and if I can pass a speed boost to it, it most likely 2 KOs for Earthworm if I don't get reach seeded. Oko's this, it should be able to beat its own self, and then it can kill this with the Stone Edge, especially since it's getting in range. So I'm just going to go into my Piloswine, as he does go for the HP Ice, as we chew that with ease. Piloswine is the GOAT, rip Olaf, by the way, sad times. But I'm just, okay, now, so he reveals the Life Orb, so he's most likely the Z-Volcanion. So with that knowledge, I could potentially just go for the Ice Shard here. Like, I'm in control of this match right now. I could go for the Ice Shard and kill him off, but looking at my team, at the first turn, he showed that his automatic switch into this was the first one. So, looking at Infernape this match, it gets outsped by this, and can potentially die to Shadow Ball if it has it. Gets outsped by this and killed. It can get a lot of chip off on this, but doesn't kill it. And leaves it like 20%, and then it just dies to that. And then the Ditto, just like, Infernape loses to everything that Ditto can transform into, unless like Piloswine, because I don't think it outspeeds. So what I'm going to do here is to keep offensive momentum, as he goes hard into the first Thorn, I'm just going to go on and double into Nape, as now he just loses another Mon, like as simple as that. I go for arguably a misplay, as like I could have like tried to keep more health on this, because now this is like gonna die to rock soon, like really soon, like after a Life Orb hit. But I did this in case he wanted to, like, once again, like potentially go like out into Ditto, predicting an Overheat, trying to be like overly aggressive. In case, like, he's been playing pretty safe this match, but like in case he wanted to be like, in case he ended up playing aggressive, then I definitely just wanted to be safe, as he just stays and goes for the Shadow Ball, and I'm going to fire off the Overheat, as close combat might not kill, as he goes hard out into the Frostlass, which is cool, and it just dies. So now this Infernape is just useless. It dies to rocks, and I'm just gonna allow the Thunderous to revenge me, as wait. I'm going to allow the Thunderous to revenge me. Oh, that's 8. I gotta wait for it to do that. Well, as the Thunderous, that's not a Thunderous. They're both blue, don't blame me. So he's going to go out into the Thunderous right now. I'm fine with this taking another Life Orb hit and just coming off my Nape. It'll be at 31, and only have 1 Life Orb hit left after coming back in, after I force that out again. So I'm just going to sack this off and go for the close combat, as he makes a bit of a misplay and goes hard into Volcanion. potentially predicting the pillow spine, which I get the play. Like, it's a good play if it was a right circumstance, but I just had no reason to really switch out unless I wanted to try and preserve the 6-0, which I didn't really care about too much. As like, I guess I could have cared about that, but like, I didn't really see any point in just keeping it as fodder, as I have checks to pretty much hurt. Like, Thunderous I can switch into like Rotom, Mesprit, Pillow Swine. Like, I just need to take more life orb damage so it dies to rocks. So Ferdape's just gonna go down here, as I'm going to go out into my Rotom Wash, as it just takes nothing, as it takes like nothing from this. Like, even like I live any hit guaranteed, I think, because of my max def. So I'm just going to go for my Volt Switch, as he actually appears to be no speed, which is interesting, which I can understand, because like he actually didn't take much from the close combat, and like he might have made it so like it can live like close combat after rocks or something, or like make it so it take it easier, which is good, as like that's like his best check to Nape. So that's a double. Yeah, I'm gonna Volt Switch out and go to my Bando, because if he goes into the Ditto, I beat that 1v1, as he can't 2-hit KO me while I can 2-hit KO him. If he goes into Thunderous, that forces him to take rocks, and I can just go into like Pillow Swine and like force him to and he'll just die right there. I don't really care if he kills it or not at that point. Like, his best way of winning right now is like either stalling me out with Ferrothorn, or like copying something with Ditto and like reverse sweeping me. So he's going to decide to go into the Ferrothorn. So I'm soft Sand Mando. I don't think I really said that, but like it was shown in my team builder. As I'm just going to fire off an Earthquake is at the 61%, as he's just gonna leech Seed up, and now expecting him to potentially protect, so he's out of range of the next one, or go into Ditto on the predicted Earthquake. I'm going to go into my Mesprit, as Mesprit just covers like pretty much every play at this point, as he does go into Ditto, and he realizes that like I beat this 1v1 with Shy. I don't know why I can't say it. Shy Shock does little to me, and I can just set up on it, as he goes into the Ferrothorn, and I can just bop this thing with the Hidden Power Fire. He doesn't have a switch into this thing. Shout out to ABP. I sniped this from him, but yeah, that just kills that. And now now this is pretty much looking like game, as the Ditto doesn't have enough PP to beat me, as it can only go for 5 side shocks, which does the most, and the Thunderous won't do enough. I don't think the Thunderous does enough to have that do enough, but unfortunately he does crit the Thunderbolt, as I do kill him off. So now he can copy me, and the game is pretty much locked right now in case I choke by like going like hard Scolipede, because Scolipede revenges this once it runs out of PP, and if it's not Scarf, then I kill it. If it's not Scarf, then I just kill it after sacking something. So I'm trying to, so at this point it's game over, but I want to try and preserve the 5-0. That likes come. Not really, but gotta do what you gotta do. So that's a 2-hit KO. He's used 2 so far, so I'm gonna just try and like really just pivot around this thing, trying to take hits, as that actually takes a lot, because I have a good amount of HP investment, which is surprising. But yeah, Pillow Swine is just going to chew that up, as he only has 1 side shock left, as the combination of Ice Shard into the Ice Sphere into Ice Shard will kill. I got the crit, but I only got 2 hits, so justice, no. But yeah, that's gonna be a good game. I win 5-0. Definitely like, good for us. Unfortunate for him. He did very well last season. I think he will be able to bounce back. He had the best record in the Weedle division, which like, it's the Weedle division, but like it had some pretty good players right there, and it's not that easy to be consistent. So I definitely think he can bounce back. But GG to Artemis. But next week we have a tough opponent we face Zhao, who is our entire division went spoilers, my entire division went undefeated for the first week. So definitely next week is going to be very important to win. So if you enjoyed the video, make sure you drop a like and subscribe, my tadpoles. But hopefully this was less cringy than the other one. But that's it for me. Peace.